Powered by Interactive Brokers. Deep discount direct access. 90-plus markets worldwide.
Our next guest is in tune, in touch with all the rare earths and specialty metals, and he's here today to tell us about a few intriguing projects in Quebec. One of them is an alumina deposit. It also has scandium, which can be used as an alloy for the aerospace industry. John Kaiser, editor, Kaiser Research Online, is here to tell us all the details and why he thinks we should be interested. It's great to see you.
Great to be on the air, Andrew.
And now, we're going to talk about this company, Orbit Exploration. They have a whole bunch of clay there in Quebec, and they hope to produce alumina from it. Michael Smedley was on Market Call earlier this week. Let's hear what he had to say about this project.
They have about 1/3 the cost, or a little bit more, and their pilot run is said to be commercial, and 10 or 12%, 13% of all the world's aluminum is produced in Quebec. And the world is now of aluminum is sitting up, taking notice, visiting.
So before we get into the scandium and all that, but you warn that you've got these powerful smelters.
Yes.
And they have purchasing power, so it could be hard for Orbit Exploration to get big prices for its alumina.
Well, right now they depend on bauxite-derived alumina shipped from the tropics.
The smelters do,
yes,
yeah.
And they are vulnerable to the diesel fuel transportation costs.
It's also, a bit of an environmental nightmare in many countries producing the bauxite, I believe.
Yes, the red mud is a nasty byproduct, as we saw happen in Hungary when that spill devastated that little village there. So what I like about it is it's the proximity. It's right across the St. Lawrence on the Gaspé Peninsula, and there's a new process. It's all about a new process. It's much lower grade than the bauxite ore that's mined in the tropics, from which alumina is made. But here they've developed a new process. This alumina clay deposit's been known about for a long time, but at 23%, it would not have been economic with any known methods. So this is really an R&D technology type story, and they believe that they can extract the alumina 97% metallurgical grade at a lower cost than the competing price what the smelters have to pay for the bauxite derived alumina.
So leaving out the scandium, etc., would you be attracted by Orbit just on the alumina potential?
Yes, I was I recommended it in November, primarily on the basis of the alumina, but I also was aware that there was gallium and scandium present, did not know to what extent, and that came out last week, that it is systematically present at grades that are, in the case of scandium, what I expected, and at gallium better. And the big thing now is, can they extract the scandium and gallium separately at a reasonable cost? And I've estimated at the current prices, they represent together about $70 a ton of potential metal. So if they can get that out at a negligible cost, this becomes a very valuable byproduct on top of the alumina. So even if they sell the alumina at cost, they potentially make an enormous amount of money selling the byproduct. And the world needs scandium and gallium, especially if some of these new technologies come on stream that are in the works.
Scandium would make a fantastic alloy with aluminum, a dream of the aerospace industry.
That's right, and there's also new technologies like the Bloom Box, which is a solid oxide fuel cell made in Silicon Valley right now, which instead of combusting natural gas, uses a chemical process to convert it to electricity at twice the efficiency, and they are going to expect to sell 200 of these, and they're sort of an RV-sized unit. Two of them, one has been each in the Google headquarters and in the Yahoo headquarters. And so this is a potential revolution for the natural gas electricity generating industry, and they need scandium for the core of this.
Not gallium.
Not gallium. Gallium's more for the solar energy industry. There's the CIGS, copper, indium, gallium, selenium, thin film photovoltaic cell. And that's the preferred choice now over the tellurium-based ones to make these giant solar energy fields.
I wish we had more time with you. EMC Metals, EMC on the TSX, what's that about?
EMC is also about scandium. They're earning 50% of a project in Australia with much, much higher grade than the alumina clay deposit in the 200 to 300 gram per ton range versus 20 gram per ton, and they expect to have feasibility study by Q1 of next year. And they are also a specialty metals company. They picked up a new scandium project in Norway, and they are trying to sell the tungsten Springer project in Nevada, which was their original project.
So that's stock potential.
Significant upside. It's again process technology. They have a genius, Willem Duivestein, doing the metallurgy right now, and he believes that he can manipulate the solvent extraction process to achieve much better recoveries. Just as with the alumina clay, these are all recovery stories.
Amazing. John, I wish we could spend all day with you. I hope you come back soon.
Yes, thank you.
John Kaiser, editor, Kaiser Research Online. Just before we go, remember, we love hearing from you, our viewers. If you have a question, commodities@bnm.ca. Thanks for watching.